Try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. A mix of sun and clouds and also a few showers for the remainder of your Thursday. We will continue to see temperatures climb until they hit the middle and upper 70s. That's where they start their plateau. Some areas could creep into the lower 80s, but with the cloud cover, it'll be hard.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance is making it easy to save money. When you bundle your auto policy with home, condo, or renters, you'll earn a multi-policy discount. Easy to bundle, easy to save. Visit Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Crack a cold one, kick back, and turn it up. Unless you're at work, of course. Then just crank it up. This is the Penthouse on Real Radio with the Greek, Franny, and Dom. Sports, lifestyle, and local talk with just the right amount of attitude.
Yeah, it is the what is the show? Oh, yeah, it's the Penthouse on a Thursday. And yes, we are live. Franny had to get a pedicure this morning.
Oh, my.
Gee, always throwing me under the bus.
I think G-Man got a massage and just said skip the show.
Yep.
It's on me.
It is. We know.
Well, they don't know.
I know, because you always throw me under the bus.
I don't throw you under the bus.
Every time. You know, sometimes, like, when I am homesick or my husband's listening and I'm out, like, I get just chucked.
You do not. We just say you're not here.
I just get chucked all the time.
Oh, my God.
Uh-huh.
Well, we do not.
G-Man had a 3-hour doctor's appointment.
It was very bad news. I mean, it really wasn't good. I got to enjoy life. He asked me if I was going to a national championship. I said, I probably am. He goes, you better. Could be your last one.
Oh, my gosh. Stop it.
It is the Penthouse on a Monday. And it was funny. I went to Starbucks this morning and Dunkin'. I saw McDaniel in both places.
You went to Starbucks and Dunkin'?
Yeah. I went to Dunkin' first, and then I got a cappuccino.
Was he working at both? Did he have no job now?
I said he was at both. I'm like, my God, dude, what are you doing? Aren't you supposed to be busboying at the elbow room? If you didn't hear, the Dolphins did fire their coach. That's Dom doing a great job, as always.
I don't know where there's an extra song now.
Did you get your board fixed this morning?
Yeah, we've been working on that.
Good.
You still sound, I don't know if you sound perfect, but we're working on you.
Really?
Yeah, we're working on you a lot.
It's a lot of work. But it is the Penthouse on a Thursday. Canes tonight, huge game. Hopefully they can win, because that would take everybody's air out of their balloon. No doubt about it for the championship game.
I know I'm repping, and our dude Mike, who's helping out Dom, he's a Bulldog fan, as I am. And he saw me, and he was like, Canes hat? He was like,
Traitor.
And I was like, listen, I said, right on my phone, I have Matt wearing Bulldogs gear because we normally don't play each other. There was a chance.
Yeah, that would have been good.
And, we crapped the bed. So now that they're out, I want them to be Ole Miss, because Ole Miss beat us.
And support.
And yes, and I do support.
That's right. You're
if we
great.
ever play each other, then hell no. Canes who?
Dom's in the house.
Hello.
Of course, Francis is here.
Hi.
So we're trying to get it. We're going to give you an extra pack hour today.
Wow,
we're going to try harder.
Those first 3 hours were the best.
They were awesome. We also heard some other news about, sometimes I'll say things and I'm trying to be a team player with our big boss. He was telling us something about Franny might have this special assignment, maybe. And I was like, great.
He's like, good. Get rid of her.
Good.
I've never seen somebody so excited to hear I may not be on the show for a few days. They just going, great.
Good. She's gone?
I know,
Good.
Great. I know. I was like, I don't have to be part of the Penthouse. I could leave whatever you want me to. I have another show I can just do.
I want you to be here.
It didn't sound like it. With all the greats and the smiles.
Wait. What about yesterday?
Yeah.
Yesterday?
Yeah. Remember this
Yesterday?
one?
I
You'll
don't
find
know.
it. You'll find it.
You can't find it? It's God paying you back.
Oh, here it
Right
is.
over to Franny. Show's going to get a little better right now.
There we go.
The love has long gone. 2026, he's like, why am I nice to this girl?
I will always be nice to you because that's the only way I know how to be to everybody. You, it's a little different because I'm in love with you, so it's different.
Okay, got it.
That's what it's all about.
Got it.
All right, let's do some Florida stories.
Sure.
Oh, we're going into that
Yeah,
first.
straight to
Florida.
Florida.
Did you say Florida? I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
Well, a Lee County man decided to take a shopping cart, an electric one, on a drunken stroll. Looks like this dude was caught driving around a Circle K. Deputies said that they were dispatched to a Circle K over there on Bayline Drive in reference to a trespasser. And that's where they met Patrick Gillette, 70 years young. Deputies said that he was driving an electronic shopping cart with Walmart markings all over it. They're like, this definitely doesn't belong to you. He was placed.
How did I know? His name could have been Joe Walmart.
Yes, he was a bit intoxicated. So yeah, if you're gonna be riding around in a shopping cart, maybe make sure like you spray paint the name off or something. He was placed under arrest and charged with possession of a shopping cart. Deputies say the cart was returned to Walmart. I wonder if they got on it themselves and just drove it.
We're going back.
Then next up in your What's the Florida? Man, I always say this. When I hear somebody spits in somebody's face, I'm like, that is the most disgusting thing.
That's what happened in that jewelry big fight.
Mm-hmm. Did you say jury?
Jewelry, a big fight in New York City. Where the whole thing went viral with the two jewelers. The guy was screaming. The guy spit in his face.
Oh, God, it's so gross. A man was arrested this past Monday after being accused of spitting on a manager at a Port Charlotte McDonald's. So, according to the sheriff's office, they responded to the McDonald's, and it was due to reports of assault. They said the caller was a manager who said a man had spit on her. Deputies interviewed the victim, who said she was working, just doing her thing, as she was behind the counter when a guy, identified as Matthew Burrell, started causing a disturbance due to the fact that his order had not been taken yet. I'm like, dude, I'm busy. Give us a second. So a verbal fight then took place between Burrell and the victim, during which he raised his fist and started walking towards her. Another employee got in between them and the victim, attempting to separate them and de-escalate the whole situation. So then he walked around the coworker, got around the person who was trying to separate him, and spit right in the manager's face.
Ugh. Arrest him.
Said the spit. Oh God. She said the spit got into her mouth.
Oh.
And she was concerned that she was going to contract any potential diseases. I get it.
Yeah, of course.
Deputies located him walking at an intersection close by. He denied spitting on the victim, but did say he was defending himself from people pushing up on him, and confirmed he was at the McDonald's. So he was placed in the back of the patrol car, and he told deputies, this is not a good look. I'm ready to kill one of y'all, man, for doing this crap to me. Yeah, I mean, he denied doing it, but then you threaten a cop saying you're going to kill one of them? What are you doing, dude? He was arrested and now is facing charges of battery and threatening a law enforcement officer with death. And then finally here, we're going to do a bit of a guessing game. All right? Not guessing, but see if you guys... So there's a bunch of plates, and they just listed them that got denied in 2025. License plates. All right? So Florida has officially released the list of license plate configurations last year that were considered to be too racy for approval. There's a bunch. Some I can't say, but I will give you the ones that I want you to guess what they are, all right? The number 2, the letter B, the number 0, N-E-R.
Added a 4?
No, what does it spell out? These are license plate numbers.
Oh, okay. The letter
We're playing
B.
a guessing game. Number 2,
Okay.
letter B, number 0, the letter N, the letter E, the letter R.
Boner?
To bone her?
To boner. Yes, that's what it would be. Not just boner. You forgot the number 2.
I can see that. I can see anything sexual gonna get knocked out.
Yeah. You'll have this one, Dom, if you want it. The letter D, the number 3, the letter Z, the letter N, the letter U, the letter T, the number 5.
Can I say that on there? These nuts?
Yes.
I think I remember you saying this last year.
Yeah, but these are from 2025.
Yeah.
Let's see. The letter E, the letter A, the letter T, the letter M, the number 3.
Eat me.
These are all that got rejected. And finally here, you may not want to say it, but I'm going to let it spell out for you just because it reminds me of a time I got in trouble.
Oh, God.
The letter U, the letter T, the letter W, the letter A, the letter T.
TJ Watt.
So those are some of the few. I can see if I can put up the whole list.
I wonder if they would also knock out anything political.
It is funny. Most of these are sexual or derogatory or kind of racist.
That's what I was going to figure.
Like one, spell erect, one's F-ass. Like you can even do fat ass on. They won't let you do anything.
That's good, though.
But this one, I didn't get the first one, and you helped me out. And if I can't say it on the radio, because, Dom, you've been getting these right, then you let me know. It's 000 K, F as in Frank, S as in Sam. I don't know what it means. If anybody can help me figure that one out, you let me know. And that is your What the Florida.
I don't know
You
it.
don't know either. That's the top one. I couldn't figure it out either.
Don, we have somebody on hold?
We do. We have Evan on the phone.
Oh, I thought it was my doctor. Go ahead. What's up, Evan?
Hey, and did you enjoy half your vacation day of Martin Luther King?
I'm not following you.
Well, because like
Today, I thought you took off half a day for Martin Luther King's birthday.
Oh, we get that on the 19th.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, okay.
On January,
And no, G needed some time off to find out
Grace
from the
masseuse.
doctor if he was living or not.
Okay. Now, I'm going to talk about McDaniel.
Okay.
We talked about this, for the last 4 or 5 years, how long he's been there. He's a very good offensive coordinator. He has very terrible clock management, and he doesn't know how to adjust his playbook during a game. Like, he just keeps the same. He just put in the same plays. He doesn't adjust. Like, Belichick or Schuler would, they could adjust to the game, but he doesn't know how to do that. So, he'll go be a coordinator somewhere.
He's got a lot of problems. He really does. He doesn't have good leadership, I don't believe. He said himself that the players didn't go to meetings on time, were late for practices. There's a lot of different things, I think, that added to it. I think maybe Ross knew he was going to fire him, maybe waited a couple of days because of the Ravens. I don't know. That might be something. Maybe they were going after Harbaugh. One of the things that he wants is he wants to pick the GM, so that's good because the Dolphins don't have one. But I'm surprised that McDaniel even stayed when he did. So maybe he'll be an offense coordinator. Maybe he won't. I don't know. But we'll see. But the leadership qualities he has is I don't think we're good for the NFL today.
Now, when you were on vacation, Christmas vacation, the first couple days after Christmas, you and Johnny did the locker room live.
Yes.
And I called up because I told you that I read somewhere that John Harbaugh was going to be fired, and would it be great if the Dolphins got him? And you and Johnny said no. Dolphins are interested. They wouldn't fire him. They would be interested in Lamar Jackson if something happened. And I guess my source was right.
Well, I think that once they if they made the playoffs, I don't think he gets fired. I think he stays. I mean, you're hearing so many things, Evan. Nobody knows what's going on. Some people are saying that it's because Lamar got to get a new contract, and he wants different things. Some people are saying that the owner wanted the offensive and defensive coordinators change, and Harbaugh said no. We're never going to know. But I think if they made the playoffs, I think he would have still been there as a coach next year.
I don't think so because what I was reading that they were just talking about they wanted to change because it was he never really won a playoff game after the Super Bowl, and they were just there's time for change. They said 18, and they're the thing about Pittsburgh, every year if they don't go to the Super Bowl, they're going to fire him. They're going to fire their coach, but that's never going to happen. Just something writers need to write about something. So.
Yeah. And the fans like to bitch. I mean, that's what fans do. Fans like to cheer and bitch. That's part of him. Most fans really don't know what's going on. They have an opinion, which they are entitled to as a fan, but they're not in the ins and outs of what goes on behind the scenes and the management and the ownership and the coaches and the players and all that stuff that adds to it. But I'm glad the Dolphins did this, and hopefully, if they can get a Harbaugh, that'd be great. It really would be. I think he can go in there and switch things around. We'll see what happens. There's a lot of teams that want him, but hopefully it works out.
Exactly. Now, you remember the movie 61 with Billy Crystal, with Mickey Mantle and Roger Maris? Remember that movie?
Yes.
Well, reporters would say Mickey Mantle, he's always hurt. He's not going to be a good player. And then other guys would say, oh, well, he's going to, Mickey Mantle, look at the fans, love him. And Mickey goes, listen, I don't know, you guys got to figure out what you're doing. One guy says I'm washed up. One guy says I'm great. And the writers, and that's how it is. And one guy says, well, listen, I don't have a regular column, so I just have to write what I can. And see how that was even back in the 60s how they did it,
Yeah, the only thing in the 60s, 70s changed where they had actual sources and names. Today, they just say anonymous sources on everything. And they start rumors and stuff like that. So, again, I think it's a good thing for the Dolphins. And, man, if they can get him, that would be great for the franchise. And I think it would really improve them in all areas. So we'll see. But, again, we can only hope. But it's going to be a big race.
Let's go Canes.
Yes. Hopefully the Canes win. Woo-hoo. We are rooting for the Canes tonight. We are hoping that they win. But, Evan, thanks for the call as always. And Happy New Year.
Peace.
Peace. All right, so I heard we puts out a newsletter once a month for our whole company. And they had something I don't know if you guys were aware of. I was aware of it, but the amount was changed. If you recommend somebody to get hired, you get $1,000 if they get hired full-time. I always thought it was $500.
Well, they may have changed it.
Maybe they changed it. I don't know. Based on the stock prices, I don't think so. But anyway, they say 1 in 10 people who recommend somebody they hire. I don't think that's a good number.
No.
I don't know if I
1 in 10?
Yeah, that's terrible. It's 10%. That means for all our employees, if we recommend people
just because you recommend them doesn't mean that they're right for the job. That's why I don't think it's that.
And I think they have to be in the job for a certain amount of time. I think if they get the job, you don't just get the money. I think they have to be in it for 3 months, and then you get the money.
Yeah, 3 months isn't that long.
Yeah, but
if not,
you get a friend
to scam. I tell all my friends, like, hey, go get hired. Charm the pants off them, get hired. And we just have a whole racket going, and then we split the $1,000.
Franny.
She-Man's like, shh.
I'm thinking about firing Dom for a day.
Oh, my God.
And then bring him back and we split the $1,000.
I know a guy.
They got to work here for a certain amount of time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to make us some money. I know a lot of bills are coming in from the holidays, but I saw 1 in 10. I think it is 3 months you have to work there. But I was always told it was $500. So now that it's $1,000, I'm going to start looking around. I know there's a couple openings, and maybe I can pick up a quick.
G-Man's going to go start, hey, bartender, how you doing? You feel like you look like a good sales lady. You want to come work at iHeart?
That's what happened to me.
Well, what do you think?
Back
He
in
said start going around.
Yeah.
I didn't hire.
It wasn't him. No, it was Roger Koch.
Yeah.
And my old manager too. At the
Yeah.
time. They were at it was an iHeart event, and it was at an establishment I worked at, and they were like, "You're got a good appearance, and you're good with people. You want to come in for an interview for sales?" And I was like, "Sure, why not? Sounds fun."
Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of people when they start a company parlay into other things. That's not abnormal. But yeah, I did see that 1 in 10, and maybe it is 3 months. I didn't know, but I also thought it was $500. Maybe it's the big markets. It's 1,000. I don't know. But when I did see that, so I wrote him an email. I said,
What'd you say?
I said I have somebody, Dominic. I want to promote. I want to put in. Can I get the G note up front? We'll see what happens. If you haven't heard, the Miami Dolphins did fire their coach. Rumor, speculation going on since October, and then a lot of people thought he was safe. Because he didn't get fired right on that Black Monday that the NFL has.
G-Man, we don't have to hire the plane now.
I see. That's more money we can put.
Look, yeah, you save money.
See, I thought that's the first thing I was in.
Start the GoFundMe.
Yep, I was in a doctor's office. I heard one of the nurses.
Day of, I would have had it flying today. I could have said, "Woohoo, we did it!"
Yeah, we had it going. I am going to look into the boat though. For the Penthouse. I am going to look into the advertising for the boat down in South Beach in Lauderdale.
Do it Ultra Weekend. That's when the most people are there.
Yeah, it'll be wild.
Yeah, but I'm sure it's the most expensive too.
Yeah.
I mean, forget it. Any nice weekend. You know what I mean? There's always something going on. Ultra would be astronomical. I wouldn't even, you couldn't even get near that for there. But I am going to look into it. If anybody does know the number, let us know.
It's probably Clear Channel.
No, it's a boat. I don't know if it has to do anything with Clear Channel. I don't know. You could be right. I mean, Clear Channel Outdoor, maybe. I don't know. I thought it was a local company in Miami that had the boat from the last time I saw it.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. And again, I only go back to this because we found out the plane was like $900, which was really not a lot of money. But I think it's a great advertising tool. And so we'll see what happens with that. 877-927-6969. If you got a spot you're going to watch the Canes tonight, let us know. A lot of places tonight are having Cane watch parties. A lot of our sponsors are having big parties. I know Strikes is having something. Monroe's is having something. Crazy Horse Saloon. Franny mentioned yesterday, all Duffy's I saw on their website.
Yeah, they're known to be a Canes bar always.
So,
my buddy Nico's Neighborhood Bar and Grill, they are having a watch party too, a Canes watch party, yeah.
Dom, you have somebody at home?
I do have Alan on the phone.
Alan, good afternoon. How are you?
Hey, how are you both doing? Hope you had a great New Year's.
We did. Everything's
Hopefully
good.
you did too, Alan.
Oh, thank you very much. I'd like to make a quick comment or two in regards to McDaniels. Okay, I think he tried to work with the system the best way he knew how.
Mm-hmm.
I lived in Fort Lauderdale from 85 to 97 during the Marino, Clayton, Duper days.
Mm-hmm.
And with Shula. And Shula was tough on them.
Yeah.
He would make them stay in dorms in St. Thomas. And then you had Dan Marino. He would take anything, no guff from any of his players on the field. He was tough, and they were different times. There was no social media.
Mm-hmm.
There was no distractions. It was football, football, football. And I hope whoever they hire can bring a similar mentality back.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, the guys definitely need discipline. I mean, again, when I did speak about McDaniel, I was just repeating what he said, that the guys were not going to practices. The guys were not doing film study. They were coming late to the facility, different things like that. I went to training camp the last 2 years. The practices were not long at all. And then they went into film. The Philadelphia Eagles defense coordinator that was down here 2 years ago, that was the one thing he said. He goes, these guys don't want to, they don't want to practice. They don't want to study. So when you guys start getting something from two or three different sources, you start to say, oh, maybe there is some truth to it. And maybe they do need a little discipline. So we'll see what happens.
Well, yeah, I mean, it comes from both sides. The players have to interact with the coach and vice versa. But it sounds like he definitely lost locker room long before he got fired.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting paid millions of dollars to coach. You're getting paid $1 million to play. You, just like us, we have a boss. When he tells us to do something, we do it.
Are you going to pay millions of dollars too?
I said players.
No.
Douchebag. So, I mean, it's one of those situations. If I was an owner and I'm paying everybody this kind of money, I want to win. Steinbrenner always said that. I'm paying you millions to win.
Right.
I'm not paying you to lose.
And then you had Tua, who they decided to overpay.
Yeah.
The guy's draft stock went down because of a damaged hip. He was afraid to take a hit.
Mm-hmm.
He was afraid to make contact. This is not how you play football. You don't play it scared.
No, I mean, but again, that goes back to leadership and the GM and the owner. Stephen Ross signs those checks. A lot of people thought Tua shouldn't have been signed for $55 million a year, but they did it. So again, that's in your rearview mirror. Hopefully, they get a new coach that can come in, change the philosophy. And I mean, the Dolphins haven't won a playoff game in 25 years. Just think about that. That's pretty sad.
That's pitiful.
Bro, we got to run because we're against the break, and we only we didn't take off. We took off the first 3 hours today, so we got to try to give a good.
Have a great rest of your day.
All right, peace. I took off the first 3 hours today. Dominic, it is the Penthouse. We'll be back with a trifecta, Franny and I, at least. We'll be back.
Maybe not.
Real radio is the news junkie.
I want the fat jab. I've decided.
Oh,
I want
okay.
it. An obesity drug given in weekly jabs more than halves the risk of
You're not
developing type 2
obese,
diabetes.
Chuck.
According to doctors, I would be.
You haven't lived until the doctor writes on your page, morbidly.
That's painful.
The News Junkie, weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
From the Gordon Partners Traffic Center. Have you or a loved one suffered from nursing home abuse? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
95 delays in both directions. Starting in Lake Worth, right lane of your on-ramp blocked. I-95 north from 10th Avenue North. And in Delray, it's an object on the roadway. That's blocking a center lane. Look out I-95 southbound at Linton Boulevard. That's traffic on Judy Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle from Blindster. I started Blindster in my garage back in 2010. Since then, we've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters nationwide. Our blinds are DIY friendly, guaranteed to fit, and always cheaper than big box stores. Blindster.com.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Hey, it's Franny. If you've got a classic or a collectible or a muscle car your spouse calls the other woman, listen up. Give Me the VIN wants it. Hit gmtvcc.com and skip the commissions, the lowballers, and the is this still available messages. And if it's a regular car, same deal. GiveMeTheVIN.com. Just enter your VIN, get a real offer, and they'll come to you. Easy, fast, and always on the money. America's best car buyer is GiveMeTheVIN.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
It's the new year, the dawn of a new age. The year you get with the times and get with the program. No, not joining a gym. Upgrading your garage door. While you've been trying some crazy diet where you only eat kumquats, we've been bringing 21st century technology to the humble garage door. But your grumpy old Brady Bunch reject still runs on kerosene and looks like the door to a warehouse. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. MyQ technology lets delivery guys put stuff safely inside when you're away and track your car on the way home to open the door when you get there. Internet connectivity means you're future-proofed, ready for whatever new ideas the garage door nerds come up with. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and I'll send some of my best nerds right over.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world, protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, it's Franny, and one of my favorite things about Viome is how personalized everything is. I took their simple at-home gut test, and when my results came back, it wasn't just data, it was real guidance I could actually use. The Viome app breaks it all down for you and even gives you recipes tailored to your body and your food needs. So I'm not guessing what to eat or scrolling through recipes that don't work for me. It's simple, it's personalized, and it fits into real life. If you want to understand your body better, check out Viome, V as in Victor, IOME.com, and see what your body's been trying to tell you.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In office, West Palm Beach. Franny, you're a realtor. What's the one thing homeowners typically underestimate?
That's easy, Jason. The garage door. Buyers see it before they ever step inside. And if it's loud, dented, or outdated, it instantly hurts curb appeal and value.
So basically, it matters more than people think.
Way more. That's why I always recommend Precision Garage Door Service. They're a customer service company first who just happens to be amazing at fixing garage doors.
And they do things the right way. Precision only sends trained, certified employees, no subcontractors, and they show up in uniform in Precision trucks, and they even text you before they arrive.
Which, as a homeowner and a realtor, I love. Whether you need a repair, a new opener, or you're upgrading to an impact-rated door for storm season, Precision has a massive selection.
And a new garage door doesn't just protect your home, it can seriously boost curb appeal.
I've actually seen it help homes sell faster. So why settle for better when you can have the best?
Go to FLGarageDoor.com. That's FLGarageDoor.com. FLGarageDoor.com.
The once-a-year sale and clearance is here. Upgrade today with Mattress Firm's quality selection of top brands. Let their sleep experts find the perfect bed to help transform your nights. They make sleep easy.
Hi, this is Scott Smith with Smith Ball Baez and Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers.
Our purpose for our clients is to provide legal power. Our mission for our clients is to obtain huge results. Our lawyers have been listed in the best lawyers in America and in super lawyers. Our lawyers have conducted dozens of jury trials at the courthouses in Palm Beach, Martin, St. Lucie, and Indian River counties. Our legal team is also actively involved in the communities that we proudly share with you and your families. Although our law firm litigates matters anywhere in Florida, our roots are deepest here with you in the numerous cities and towns of Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smith Ball, Baez, and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith Ball, Baez, and Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
It all comes down to this, folks. Yep, the entire season is on the line. But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. A mix of sun and clouds and also a few showers for the remainder of your Thursday. We will continue to see temperatures climb until they hit the middle and upper 70s. That's where they start their plateau. Some areas could creep into the lower 80s, but with the cloud cover, it'll be hard.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance is making it easy to save money. When you bundle your auto policy with home, condo, or renters, you'll earn a multi-policy discount. Easy to bundle, easy to save. Visit Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by the doctors at MMJ Health. Need a medical marijuana card? Visit MMJHealth.com today.
New year, new goals. And in this economy, a better money plan is more necessary than ever. I am Matt.
And I'm Joel.
We are from the How to Money podcast. And every week we help you to spend smarter, save more, and to make sense of what's going on out there.
If you want 2026 to be the year you finally feel in control of your money, we're here to give you the tools and advice to help you make it happen. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search How to Money, and listen now.
Brains, beauty, and more intelligence than Greek and Dom combined. Brandy's keeping everyone in line.
It's the Penthouse on Real Radio.
It is the Penthouse. You never know what we do on breaks. We look up Birkin bags. The doctor just told me, Greek, you're in good shape, but you got to eat better.
Yeah, and then I make fun of him because he's eating a sleeve of Girl Scout cookies. He was like, I got to eat better. And then he's asking me about like a gluten-free diet, and I'm telling him, and like he's eating stuff with gluten in it. I love it. But listen, you can't say no to a Girl Scout cookie.
Aren't there gluten-free ones in there, maybe?
Yeah, possibly. I know they do it. And we'll talk about a little bit more tomorrow. Make a video. They have a brand new flavor.
I know, I heard.
Well.
Oh, my God.
It's new this year. The Girl Scouts are awesome. And every year they drop off stuff. So it's Explore More's is their new one. And it is Rocky Road ice cream inspired cookies filled with flavors of chocolate, marshmallow, and toasted almond cream.
Wow.
Whoa.
What?
Even sounds good to someone that doesn't like chocolate.
There's so
That's right. I found that out yesterday. About it. You don't like chocolate.
There's a bunch in here. I know he's told us a million times. There's a bunch in here, Dom, that you can take home that don't have chocolate in them. Because they brought us a bag for the Penthouse to share.
Which is very nice.
Yes.
But again, I retained it yesterday, just like your dog's name is Romeo.
You got that wrong there. Romeo?
What is it, Romo?
There you go.
That's close enough. I mean, I bet you if I yelled, hey, Romeo, he would have probably come over.
You'd be like, who are you?
$10.
Stranger danger.
Stranger danger.
Dom's in the house.
Hello.
Franny's in the house.
Hi.
It's time for a trifecta.
Leaving the house soon.
Riders up. It's Greek's Trifecta.
No surprise with this, but the NFL had their highest ratings in 35 years, regular season, and on all platforms. They crushed it. One thing they attribute to is a good season, which the NFL believes, a lot of exciting games, and sports betting. A lot more people are watching the games. They're live. People love them. And also, people are watching the whole games, and they also attribute that to sports betting. Dom knows about this and anybody who bets because people are betting in-game. So if a game's out of hand, maybe years ago, you might have shut it off. But now that sports betting is so prevalent with everybody, I got this at this, and this is
And
13.
player props, they're waiting. Player prop can hit the last second.
That's right. And they also said in this article, player props to increase. So when you add those two things together, it is a steamroll of that's just not going to stop, but highest ratings in 35 years. Now, also you got to realize when I'm saying this, their ratings were always good. It's not like they were bad. They were always huge. So they're even hitting new levels, and all the new platforms that have been with the NFL had a good season. So hats off to the NFL. It's a money machine. I always say they pull up with dump trucks in front of Roger Goodell's office just for cash and say, here, take it. Speaking of money, the Hurricanes got a big money game tonight. They got to win. They are taking on Mississippi. The line is 3.5. That game's at 7:30, so hats off to the Canes. Hopefully they can get a W and get into the finals. Probably the biggest Cane game they've had in a long, long time. We're wishing them all the best. Miami Heat are in Chicago, and they're going to try to get a W. They haven't been playing too well on the road, so hopefully they'll get a W in Chicago tonight in the Windy City. Greeks Trifecta is sponsored by Pilar Coffee Bar and Ice Treats in Deerfield Beach in the Cove Shopping Plaza. Peace.
So thank you so much to a few of our buddies out there, including Marty and JJ, who helped us out with that one license plate, Dom, that I couldn't figure out. Did you eventually figure it out?
No.
So I was like, this 000 KFS. And they think, and they're probably correct, that plate means 0 F's given. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah,
All
I can see it.
Yeah, that's what they say. That plate says 0 F's given, and they spell out the word here. But yes,
G-Man, look, he's pointing himself.
So we appreciate you guys because my brain was hurting trying to figure that one out.
All right, good. We figured it out. We also had some license plates that they said no in the state of Florida. And again, I think anything having to do sexually, any profanity, they're not going to let go.
You didn't get the Greek on yours?
I would never do that. Nope. Would not do that at all. Again, don't want to be known.
Greeky?
No, that Greeky. That girl. Can I call you Greeky? Not if you want me to answer.
So let me ask you this. How are you if a girl, one of your exes, goes around telling everybody how big your junk is? Are you happy with that?
I'm giving her.
Especially if she's telling her girlfriends. I'll be like, thank you.
Yeah, nobody can understand this story about the ex-Minnesota Viking player.
I mean, they broke up because of it.
Yeah, that's what she says.
That's according to her. So yes, a former NFL lineman, his name is Matt Khalil, is taking his ex-wife to court.
Yeah.
I mean, all the way to court after she went viral in November for saying that the size of his member was a major reason their marriage ended.
She said 2 Coke cans.
She said critics blasted the comments online, and he says they brought unwanted attention. I get it, right? Degrading commentary and disturbing messages to his family and his current wife. So he's suing for invasion of privacy and unjust enrichment, seeking more than $75,000 in damages, alleging she profited from this viral moment. She is a model and influencer. Her name is Haley. Said she's genuinely shocked and incredibly hurt by the lawsuit. So she didn't realize that. She thought she was probably doing him a solid, but she didn't realize that. Yeah.
Like everybody with Pete Davidson.
So litigation, they said, is harrowing and emotionally draining experience, and I'm heartbroken that he's choosing to subject us and our families to this ordeal. While she didn't address the comments in question, she pointed out 6 other times in the conversation where she spoke highly of her ex, even referring to him as the greatest guy in the world at one point during that interview.
Yeah.
But he just took that one point. And I know it's terrible to say, I can see how maybe his new wife is getting more blasted. Because that's basically, she's saying I couldn't handle it, or is like, you know where I'm going at.
I mean, it's not a negative thing.
It's not, but I'm saying for his wife, it could turn into a negative thing.
Oh yeah, well she might not
and
just like it.
And she's probably getting a lot of negative comments like that.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's one of those situations you would not think that. I mean, this guy played in the NFL. Nobody knew who he was. He was an offensive lineman. Obviously, Viking fans maybe, and people who are super fans, but he's getting notoriety about this. But when you first hear this story, you're like, what are you complaining about? What are you mad? Now, he is married again. Now, if he was single, he might have a different approach because his phone might be ringing off the hook. But, yeah, he is suing. He's not suing for a ton of money either, like $75,000. I mean, I could see if it was like, damages and $1 million or something like that or whatever, but he's suing for $75,000.
I mean, they did post some of the messages that and that's basically it. His new wife was receiving more than he was. Messages that became what they said increasingly
were they like, good job?
Frequent, disturbing, and alarming in nature over time. No, basically blasting her parts. Is what
Yeah.
they were. Yeah.
So I think that's where, like Franny says, it's stemming from, where she's like, you got to stop this, and we got to go after them and everything like that. And again, and when you're opening your mouth, whether it's in front of a microphone, a podcast, you got to be careful if you're saying something about somebody.
I think I saw a couple porn industry reach out to him, a couple of different, sites and stuff.
That
We're trying to get.
always happens.
Yeah, they were trying to reach out to him and try to get him involved.
Oh, that's very nice. So he has another pillar career.
Yeah,
He wants
yeah.
to do something like that. I'm sure there's some bad blood there too on both sides. I don't think to me, it doesn't sound like they're friendly.
But
Yeah,
I mean, like she said the rest of the interview she was doting on him.
Mhm.
I haven't heard it. I don't know, so I can't have a valid opinion on this. But
You haven't heard it. You haven't seen it.
I have not.
The only thing with this is
Sure, a lot of people want to now.
when you do this, what you do, and we're three people that are an example and people listening, now everybody knows. If you just like take a knee and go, it's going to go away. Like everything else, some news story goes away, another big thing will happen, and that's it. No pun intended. But when you sue, and now everybody knows, it was on every sports show, radio show, TV, people are talking about it. So sometimes you got to step back, look at things through a different lens and go, hey, you know what? She said it. This will die down, and let's move on. This brought, I believe, more attention onto the whole thing than it was ever would have been there. I mean, that's it. She said it, and again, she's an influencer. She's not huge. She's got some followers, but once he sued her, now the NFL teams are talking about it, all the sports shows. So, I mean, again, is it a big problem to have for his wife? I'm sure she's not happy about it. It was like, a lot of times when anything happens in our society today, and if you are involved in social media, you get a lot of response. We saw the thing with Metcalf for the Pittsburgh Steelers, where the Detroit Lion fan, had a press conference and said, I'm begging you to tell everybody I didn't say anything that was racial. And I don't think it ever happened, but he was getting death threats, and his kids and his wife. So I think when stuff like this does happen, that's the side effect of it. But when you first hear it, you're like, what are you complaining about? But, when you, dig deep like Franny just did and see it, like, well, he's got a wife. She's getting it.
I wonder if he's getting some DMs from some certain ladies now.
Sure he is.
I'm sure he is.
Bonnie Phillips.
I'm sure.
Yep, I am sure. 47142 started off with Real Radio. Says, hey guys, this is Stacy B. I just wanted to say thank you again for the New York Prime gift card. That was super generous. Now I'm laying here with a broken ankle, fractured in 2 or 3 places, waiting to have surgery in 3 weeks because the swelling is so bad that it has to go down first before they can operate. Yep, that's what I had to deal with, the swelling to go down too. It sucks, and I'm sorry. But says, before they can operate, see what I did there. I led with the good news. First, I'll have a lot more time to listen to you all. So thanks again. And I am so sorry you're going through that.
Yeah,
That
it sucks.
especially being laid out. When somebody, was asking, man, would you rather break a leg or an arm? And I know this is her ankle, but what would you rather do?
I would say an arm.
Yep, same here.
Would you rather break a leg or an arm? Yeah,
Arm.
What about you? You did it.
I did. I've never broken a leg. But I said,
Like a leg, you can't even get up.
Yeah.
yeah, but you still got one leg, and you can wheel, and you can use crutches.
Yeah, it's still. I've had a torn ligament in my foot, and I couldn't stand on it for 6 to 8 weeks. And and then I also had a broken wrist one time, so I had a little bit of both.
A little bit of both, and
I would just say just the mobility part is just so hard.
I just realized, like, as a girl, I was like a leg for sure because I couldn't wash my hair. I couldn't do certain things that you're just like, oh man, I forgot. I need two hands for certain things.
Wipe your butt.
Matt, just kidding. Luckily, it was my left, and I'm right-handed, so luckily it was my left.
But if it's your leg, you can't even take a shower. You know what
I've had my leg in a cast. The only reason why, because I told you I've never broken a bone before until my adult life. And my uncle, who's an orthopedic surgeon, I used to like cry wolf all the time. And I literally thought I did. And he took me in for x-rays and everything. I slept in the bathtub. I was a kid. And I think just to shut me up, because I didn't want to ever to go to school. And it was when I lived down here for a little bit. My mom moved us here for a little bit for 4 months after my dad passed, and we went to a Catholic school, and I hated it. I hated it.
You broke
so
your ass?
every excuse I could. But one time I really did slip in the bathtub. It was like, oh, and it hurt, but I was like, I think I broke my leg. And so they bring me to his practice, and I think because he knew I was just a little brat complaining. He did X-rays. I never saw them. Neither does my mom. And then he was like, yeah, broken, and he wrapped my leg up in a cast. And
Really?
And he just did it to shut me up.
How long? How long?
Now you're stuck.
I was in it for too long.
2 years.
I was in it for too long. Not long enough for it to be really broken. And I'm like crutching around in it with a full-on cast. I remember having to take showers and like put the plastic bag over my leg.
I was bad with my cast for my wrist. I was to the point where I wanted more mobility, so I started like breaking the cast a little
A
bit.
lot of people do that.
Yeah.
Thank God they really don't do casts that much anymore.
Yeah,
I mean, even with me, it was just wrapped up in a splint before the surgery happened, because I've heard those things are itchy.
Yeah, I think they're both very inconvenient, obviously. But I mean, I would say an arm, because you figure you could do what you can with one, and at least you could walk around and you got a little mobility. You got a broken leg, you can't even you might not be able to get out of bed.
Yeah, and recently they came out with at least waterproof casting, so that you could at least go in the shower, 15 years ago, they didn't really have that.
No.
Yeah.
No. It sucks both.
It does. But all in all, Stacey B, get better.
Yeah,
I'm sorry that you're going through that.
If you need anything else, like another gift card, let us know. We'd be happy to.
Oh, there's the phone call.
Hey, I might have to get her a gift card to Uber Eats, so she's going to be laid out for a while. Places that deliver.
Yeah, it sucks when you get hurt in any shape. It sucks when you're sick. You get a cold. Toothache. It's like
anything that takes you out.
Yeah, bad headache. You're like, oh my God.
Oh, people who suffer through migraines, I feel so bad. And I mean bad. Like, I've had bad headaches, but the migraines that will take you out for the day. Like, you're sick, like throw
I dated
up.
something like that.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, you might think a little bit, maybe it's Fugazi.
Yeah, you're like, suck it up.
No, not that, but it's like.
Gee, it wasn't her migraine that was bothering her.
It was me.
Yeah.
She said her migraines went away when we broke up, which is unbelievable. Isn't it unbelievable?
Look how that works.
Whoa. Surprise.
She said the craziness stopped once you and I stopped.
Maybe that's why my tension in my neck. I'm always like doing this when I'm in here, but then when I go home, I'm fine. I carry all my stress in my neck and my shoulders.
What'd he say?
I'm always in here like, oh, it hurts. I go home, I'm like, oh, you're fine.
We're always just shaking our heads so much. That's why our neck hurts.
Your neck hurts. Franny can communicate better with her dogs than me.
That's true.
She's like, oh, whatever. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142. If you got an opinion about the Canes, let us know. Maybe you got a great bar that you go to and watch it. Or McDaniel. Maybe you didn't hear about it, but he's going to be working at Best Buy. He got fired. Yes.
Hey, G-Man, why don't we talk about our special giveaway we have tomorrow?
We have Greek Gridiron tomorrow at 12:05. We have 9 contestants. Every contestant's going to get 4 numbers. We have it already mapped out, and we'll spin the wheel. And before you know it, somebody's going to walk away with $2,000 that they'll pick up next week. This is a shout out to one individual that listens to the show all the time. Do not call us tomorrow. You know who you are. He already texted me twice.
Or me.
Yeah, or Dom. He goes, can I come by tomorrow? Can I come by tomorrow?
No, next week.
Yeah.
So you'll hear, and you can celebrate, you can whoopee, you can do all that stuff, but you could not come here and pick up your money.
Yeah. You can't come tomorrow and get the money. But
if you want to spend $2,000 this weekend because you know you're going to get it back, do what you want, but you're not going to have it in hand.
Yeah. So tomorrow we're doing a 12:05. 9 contestants. Everybody gets 4 numbers on the roulette wheel. If 0 or 00 comes out, we will respin. And that's it. And another great year for Greek Gridiron. We're so happy for everybody who got involved. All our sponsors. We'll give them a lot of love again tomorrow, which we appreciate it. And we will be having a Super Bowl giveaway, too, that we'll talk about in the next couple of weeks for you guys. But that's going to be tomorrow at 12:05. We usually do a giveaway at 11:45. It's going to be 12:05. And that's when we'll do it tomorrow.
And it's almost enough money to buy yourself a ticket to the national championship game.
Oh, there you go.
Wonder if those prices have gone up yet.
Oh, let me check. I'll take a look.
Yeah, I would. I think they're going to keep going up until tonight. And then tonight, if it doesn't work out, if the Canes lose, then they're going to drop. Like if it ends up being Mississippi and anybody, Oregon, Indiana, is going to be like, ugh. It's the Canes are the big draw.
What'd I say it was?
23 or 29?
26, I think it was.
No, I think it was like 2,914.
Yeah.
Now it's 2,975.
Oh, almost
So
$3,000.
It's creeping. And then like prices are 11,000. I think the most expensive I'm thinking or seeing is $11,202.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tom, you'll be in the house.
So what you, G-Man? Ooh.
I got a big day that day. I mean, I got a lot going on. Joe Stonecraft for lunch. I like Franny was on because Franny was coming. So.
Oh, that's why you decided to go to Joe Stonecraft.
Well, we figured we'd throw out the full red carpet for you. You know what I mean? But now that she's out, it's a totally different thing. We're gonna have.
You could bring Matt instead.
We're gonna just.
I know. I told him that maybe you could take my place. I was like, yeah, right. Greek will take you. Because he was asking.
That's a little different, not much. I mean, he's a Kane fan.
He's
a nice guy. You know what I mean?
Got it. But he's not a brunette. Well, he is a brunette.
Were you like
it is the Penthouse. Great show today.
Wow, that went by fast.
Yeah, what a great show.
Yeah, thank
You're
everybody.
like this every day?
Every day. Greek Zone is next. Dom, great job as always. Thanks for putting in my AirPods, number 7.
Oh, it was an easy 50 minutes.
Franny, great job as always. I know you're a little upset because you're only got an hour with me.
I'm going to cry.
I see the tears.
Don't be that much of a faker. I hope you have a luscious afternoon.
Okay, I will try to have a lunch this afternoon. Man, I'm kidding. These tickets prices are going up over $30,000.
Oh.
Holy moly.
Oh.
All right.
It's crazy.
Thanks, bye.
It is the Penthouse. You guys have a good afternoon. Greek Zone is next. We do have our good buddy Drew Martin calling us, see what he has to say about the championship game. We'll get into some NBA and also some NFL. A lot going on. We got a couple prop bets to talk about. You guys have a great afternoon. It is the Penthouse. We'll be back tomorrow, 10 o'clock, with our big giveaway. Don't forget, $2,000. Peace.
The radio station that all the other radio stations listen to. You're welcome. Real Radio 92.1. Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Delray Beach, object on the roadway is clearing I-95 south at Linton Boulevard. Drive times on the turnpike look good along the Palm Beaches. No major incidents or delays. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance is making it easy to save money. When you bundle your auto policy with home, condo, or renters, you'll earn a multi-policy discount. Easy to bundle, easy to save. Visit Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
Hey, it's Greek from Monroe's at Palm Beach. What's your kink? Fetish Fridays. Live fetish shows every Friday night. Monroe's at Palm Beach open at 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu and beautiful ladies. And if you like sports, I can't think of a better place to root your team on with a beautiful lady next to you. Monroe's at Palm Beach. You're always a winner. Football, boxing, hoops, it's all there, baby. If you're a sports fan, you had a beautiful lady, that's a perfect parlay. Monroe's at Palm Beach. Fetish Fridays. Peace.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, it's Franny, and one of my favorite things about Viome is how personalized everything is. I took their simple at-home gut test, and when my results came back, it wasn't just data, it was real guidance I could actually use. The Viome app breaks it all down for you and even gives you recipes tailored to your body and your food needs. So I'm not guessing what to eat or scrolling through recipes that don't work for me. It's simple, it's personalized, and it fits into real life. If you want to understand your body better, check out Viome, V as in Victor, IOME.com, and see what your body's been trying to tell you.
Hi, I'm Scott Smith with Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers. Although our lawyers have handled hundreds of personal injury and wrongful death matters outside of Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast, the vast majority of the help we provide to our clients is right here in your communities. Our entire legal team proudly calls Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast home. Tomorrow morning, our lawyers will wake up in cities and towns in your communities and head to one of our offices located in Palm Beach Gardens, Port St. Lucie, and Boca Raton. Using our local legal power to help you is our purpose. Fighting for huge results for you is our mission. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
Running for office means having something important to say. Radio is the most personal medium out there. Voters hear the real you, exactly the way you want to be heard. No filters, no AI, just your voice, your message. And it's 1/10 the time and cost of video. Don't just campaign. Connect with millions all over the country, even thousands in the smallest communities with radio. Be on the air in just 48 hours. Visit winwithiheart.com. That's winwithiheart.com.
Hey, it's Franny. If you've got a classic or a collectible or a muscle car your spouse calls the other woman, listen up. Give Me the VIN wants it. Hit gmtvcc.com and skip the commissions, the low ballers, and the is it still available messages. And if it's a regular car, same deal. GiveMeTheVIN.com. Just enter your VIN, get a real offer, and they'll come to you. Easy, fast, and always on the money. America's best car buyer is GiveMeTheVIN.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/Mike.
It's the new year, the dawn of a new age. The year you get with the times and get with the program. No, not joining a gym. Upgrading your garage door. While you've been trying some crazy diet where you only eat kumquats, we've been bringing 21st century technology to the humble garage door. But your grumpy old Brady Bunch reject still runs on kerosene and looks like the door to a warehouse. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. MyQ technology lets delivery guys put stuff safely inside when you're away and track your car on the way home to open the door when you get there. Internet connectivity means you're future-proofed, ready for whatever new ideas the garage door nerds come up with. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and I'll send some of my best nerds right over.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
It all comes down to this, folks. Yep, the entire season is on the line. But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Real Radio weather.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. A mix of sun and clouds and also a few showers for the remainder of your Thursday. We will continue to see temperatures climb until they hit the middle and upper 70s. That's where they start their plateau. Some areas could creep into the lower 80s, but with the cloud cover, it'll be hard.
This report is sponsored by Arroyo Grande with Raymond Arroyo.
I'm Raymond Arroyo. I'd like to invite you to my new podcast, Arroyo Grande. Discover life lessons, practical advice, and inspiring examples to live by as I sit with celebrities and thought leaders you'll absolutely love. Listen to Arroyo Grande wherever you get your podcasts.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. From the gridiron to the hardwood, from the strip to the sports book, the action starts here. This is the Greek Zone, breaking down the lines, spreads, and matchups that matter. The Greek Zone, sponsored by Duty Calls, all your waste and sanitation needs. Here's the Greek. Let's make some money.
Yeah, this is it, baby. Time to make the donuts tonight. We got the Canes. Got to get a W and get into the finals. That will be at the 19th, and that'll be a great game. I am scheduled to be down there with the Duty Calls box, so I'm hopefully for the Canes. They win tonight and cover for just other reasons. But we'll get into all that. That game is going to be 7:30. We'll look at the Hard Rock for what the lines are, and Indiana and Oregon on Friday. Majority of people are betting on Indiana. Mississippi's getting some late money. They really are. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the NFL's weekend, playoff weekend. This is it, 5 days in a row for football, baby. So if you're a fan, woohoo, this is your 5 days. You're going to blink, and it's going to be February, and there will be no football. So enjoy it while you can. And then you got some baskets. We'll look at the hardwood. Arizona last night, big favorite, #1 in the country. They ended up blowing out, so hats off to Arizona. We do have Drew Martin, who's going to join us from wagertalk.com at 2:35. We'll see what Drew has to say and what his thoughts are. When we go to the Hard Rock app right now, we will look at the line because that's where you should be betting, on the Hard Rock app or at one of their locations. We do have Miami 3.5, 52.5. That is the line right now. Oregon and Indiana, 3.5. And 48.5. I did think that the lines were going to go up a little, especially Indiana. They're saying the money is like 72% of it is on Indiana, but it didn't change. So I am a little surprised about that. A lot of parlays will go in. A lot of different over-unders are happening. But tonight it is the Fiesta Bowl at 7:30. If you didn't hear, the Dolphins did fire Mike McDaniel after 4 seasons, so he is done. So you might bump into him at the Elbow Room or maybe Starbucks someplace, but he's gone. I hope he doesn't have to sell his watch, but he's going to he'll get a new job someplace with a different team. I just don't think he was meant to be a head coach. But we'll see what happens. A lot of openings right now in the NFL, but that's normal for this time of year. It is. Miami Heat play tonight. The Heaters are playing. They're in Chicago. They're laying 7. Cleveland and Minnesota. Minnesota 2 over Cleveland. You got Indiana and Charlotte. That line's gone up to 4.5. I do like Charlotte. Indiana's in the midst of a big losing streak. They lost their best player, their other best player, free agency. They're just losing every night. And you got Dallas and Utah. Utah getting 6 against Dallas. So there's your NBA. When we do look in college basketball tonight, Michigan State 13.5 over Northwestern as far as top 25 teams. Michigan State comes off a big win on Monday night as they ended up winning. And basically that's about it for top 25 tonight in hoops. You'll get the rest of the big games will be on probably Saturday for college hoops. But that's what you got. When we go to the NFL, we got the Rams now at 10.5. Yesterday was 11, taking on Carolina, and you have an over-under of 46. Check the weather. It is outside. Green Bay is still -1 over the Bears. Seems a little weird to me. Supposed to be very cold with a chance of rain or snow. So watch that. That could affect the game. The biggest thing with all these games, if it's outside, is the wind. That's what affects the passing. If it's snowing or raining, you know what? The receivers know where they're going. The balls get there. But when it's windy, that changes the whole velocity of the game. Buffalo and the Jags. This is a big game. I mean, obviously it's a playoff game, but there are some people who are picking the Jags to go all the way. And we'll see. They got to pass Josh Allen. This is Josh Allen's year, people feel, because there's no Joe Burrow, there's no Mahomes, there's no Lamar. And that's usually who he gets beat by. So if he doesn't win this year, the Bills coach might get fired.
Oh.
Yeah, he might be gone. San Fran and Philly, that line is up to 5 now with the Eagles. Some cold weather coming their way. I think the Eagles have too much for for San Fran with all their problems. If you really want to dive into all different gambling aspects and trends, the referee that is the head referee for this game, the Eagles have never lost with. They're 9-0.
Wow.
So, and the Niners don't have a good record with this ref. Now, they were a little upset that they got him. The NFL, obviously, there's no shenanigans, but that's what they're saying. But if you look into things like that, as a sports bettor, you might be like, ooh, I don't know. Patriots and Chargers, 3.5, over under 46. Patriots have had the easiest schedule all year. We'll see if that matters. Also, the other trend in this is that you have a quarterback that's never played in the playoffs as opposed to somebody who has not had good success but has been in the playoffs and has that big game feeling, knows what that's about. Some people say it'll affect you. Some people won't. Trends are out there for a reason. If you want to step on them, great. You don't have to, but there's all different trends. And Houston and Pittsburgh. Rodgers, Metcalf's coming back. He's going to need him because that Houston defense is awesome. But the Steelers are home. And a home playoff game is a big advantage, I think. During the season, a lot of places not so much. But in the playoffs, I think it matters. And you might get some bad weather in Pittsburgh. So we'll see. And can Rodgers win again? I don't know. He might. He won last week, and he didn't have Metcalf. And they had to face Lamar. So they played a tougher offense, I think, last week than this week.
Mm-hmm.
Houston's defense is good. One of the best in the league. Top 5, easy. But offensively, they got Collins. The quarterback's in and out to me, so we'll see. I don't know. I think it's going to be one of those games that Pittsburgh could pull off. When you look at the Rams and Panthers and you look at prop bets, Puka, 91 yards over, bet that all day long. Just bet it. And bet him to score, by the way, too. Where the hell is he? Scoring is 115. Yeah, I would bet him to score, and I would just sit back. Same thing with the kid from Smith from Seattle when he plays. But I would definitely look at that. I would also look at passing. You got Bryce Young at 192, and you got Matthew at 266. That's a huge difference.
Oof.
Big difference. Almost a third. I mean,
Yeah.
that's huge when you look at it. I always like completions or attempts. Matt, again, 22.5. Bryce Young, I like him, 19.5. Last week, not a great game. When you looked at the end of the game, pouring rain in Tampa, he had 22 passes. I don't know how much they're going to be able to run on that Rams front four, so I think they're going to have to pass a little bit more. So I do like his over as far as completions. Bears and the Packers, Jordan Love, I think he's going to have some yards passing. I really do. When you look at his passing total, it's 221. I think he goes over that. I would say with that, and I would also look at completions. When you look at touchdowns, Jacobs 115, Watson plus 180. Yeah, I like those two. That's about it that I would go with. Swift for the Bears plus 140. Yeah, not many. I mean, scoring touchdowns, a lot of times that you think you know, and you're like, oh, I got a good shot, but so many different players, Kevin. I mean, you got 3 receivers and 2 backs, 5 guys can score. Quarterback sneaking in too. That's 6. That's something people don't think about. Buffalo and the Jags. Now, here I'm going to go with a player prop this. I'm going to go with Trevor Lawrence, plus 170 to score. He's been running a lot in the red zone. Josh Allen's minus 120. But I'm going to go with him to score. Cook, 2 touchdowns, plus 325. That could happen. Myers for the Jags, plus 210. But I do like Trevor Lawrence to score, plus 170, even though I know I've said this for a year. Get a haircut! But he hasn't. So we'll see. That's going to be a good game. All these games are good. Niners and Philly. When the Niners play, I mean, until, you're told differently, you just bet McCaffrey.
G-Man, one of the bets that I liked is McCaffrey, just his scrimmage yards, so his rushing and passing together.
Yeah.
It's been hitting pretty good for, I would say, 4 of the 5 last games it's hit for me.
Yeah, is over in reception is 44. Is over in rushing is small, though. I am surprised. This is the lowest I've seen it. Not a good sign. Only at 57. Yeah, that's not a good sign there.
Mm-hmm.
That's low. That's not
Philly defense.
Yeah. Well, let's put it this way. If he gets less than 90 yards on both, Niners aren't winning. I can tell you that right now because they need him to be a $150, I think, for them to be competitive and to win. Philly, everybody's talked about them all year. They're not the same, yada, yada, yada. They don't like each other. This one wants the ball. Barkley's not having a good season. You know what? Philly might go right through the playoffs.
I think Kittle needs to show up, too.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Kittle's part of their offensive attack. Him and McCaffrey. It's going to be tough for them.
He's been quiet though the last couple games. So
Yeah, well, he was injured.
Exactly.
Yeah, he had a bad ankle for a while. He got hurt. Up to that, he was playing really, really good. But I think the Niners are going to have a tough situation. Last time they went there, they lost the Niners, and it was the famous play with Smith. It was the year that the Eagles went to the Super Bowl, but Smith never caught the ball. And the Niners never contested it. And the highlight, showed on the replay, the ball hit the ground. I remember watching this 3-4 years ago. I'm like, why are they not saying something? They didn't do it. And Eagles scored the next play, and that was it. And then the next play, when the Niners got the ball back, this is going back 4 years ago, Brock Purdy, that's when he broke his elbow. So the whole thing would have changed. Niners would have got the ball up to 50, and everything would have changed. But they didn't challenge, and they went in. Philadelphia's a tough place to play, no doubt about it. I do think the playoffs, other than just like regular season, is not that much. But playoffs, I think there is an advantage. I think Denver is going to have a good advantage when people go there, their crowd. Seattle. I think both of those teams. People are talking about a rematch of both of those teams from the Super Bowl that was in MetLife years ago. And Seattle ended up crushing Denver.
G-Man, do you have a team that you're picking to win the Super Bowl? Because I know you're usually a Chiefs guy, so since they're not in, do you have a team that you're rooting for this year?
I wouldn't say rooting. I would say money-wise, I like the Rams. I think they come out of the thing. And I don't know. I'm getting a lot of maybe the Jags because they're long odds. They're 18-1. So to me, that's I've always been an odds guy, whether I'm at the track or I'm here or roulette. Is it the safe bet? No. First of all, there's no safe bet.
Yep.
The safe bet is to bet after the game. There's your safe bet. But I play the odds. I always have. I'm not going to a track, and I'm not betting the horse 2 or 3 to 1. I'm betting any horse that's double digits, 10 to 1, 12 to 1, 15 to 1.
Yep.
That's what I've always done. And even with this, you can bet the favorites, like even this. Indiana's the favorite in the Final Four. When you're betting the final, if you go to the Final Four in college football tonight, it's too late to really bet, because all the odds are beat up and, it's not paying what it is. You got to do it when it starts or when they announce who's in there, and that's when you can get some good odds.
You were saying Miami was 22-1 a couple of weeks ago to win?
Yeah, they were.
And now I think they're 3-1. So, yeah.
Yeah, they're there's no doubt about it. If you wanted that, that was the time to do it.
Yep.
Not now. Everything's beat down. You could look right now and see what the odds are on the Hard Rock, but I don't see it. I really don't. I think it's like 4 to 1, 3 to 1. Still good money. I'm not saying it's not, because it's you bet $1,000 on the game, you got to put up $1,100 for a G note. But if you look at odds right now, I think
it hasn't changed. It's 3 to 1.
Yeah, Indiana's the favorite.
Yep, plus 125. Oregon Ducks plus 300. Miami Hurricanes plus 300, and Ole Miss plus 550.
Yeah, that's just what I thought. Canes at 3 to 1. That isn't bad. You know, because again, with the Canes, people look at it that they're getting the home game for the finals. That's rare that happens. There will be a ton of Indiana people there if Indiana wins or Oregon, but it is a home game for them, so they got home cooking. They're home, the whole thing. It's an advantage. There's no doubt about it. But would it change your bet? I don't know. But 3 to 1 is better than 1. If you're going to bet Miami to win Monday night on the 19th, bet them today. Because you're getting better money today. Yeah. Before the game starts, if you think Miami could win, that's my suggestion too. Bet them at 3 to 1.
Before the game starts today, too.
Yeah, because the odds are going to come down. But then if you wait and you just bet them straight and say you bet 500, you got to put up 550. At least today you got 3 to 1.
Yep.
So that's what I would recommend people doing if they want to do that. But again, good game for the Canes tonight. They can't turn the ball over. It's pretty simple, like most games. And in the red zone, you got to get 7s. That's the whole thing. Can't get 3s. I think there'll be some points scored, and I do think Chambliss, the quarterback from Mississippi, is very good. I don't know if Miami has really faced anybody like him this year. They got the great defensive ends, no doubt about it. They got a good defense, but you're going to have to put pressure on them.
I could see the overhitting tonight. I feel like I feel like Miami will score offensively and defensively, and I feel like Ole Miss will score a little bit based off their offense, but not too much off their defense.
Well, Miami's going to have to score to win. They're not winning this game 10-3.
Yep.
Because I don't think they'll keep them. I don't expect a low-scoring game. I expect the game to be in the 20s. But I don't, and it's a very fast surface, and Sugar Bowl, fast bowl, excuse me. So I don't know. I don't see Miami winning 10-7, something like that. I just don't. But who the hell am I? I got an opinion like everybody else. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, for us down here, obviously, Florida, South Florida, we're pumping for the Canes. We want it. Give us 2 more weeks of football, and it'll be great. If they lose, it's going to be disappointing, no doubt about it, but we'll see. But they've done very, very good. They've won 2 games. There was speculation they weren't going to get in. I'm glad they did well. That they played well and won 2 games because it shows the committee knew what they were doing. We went back and forth with Notre Dame, and there was a possibility of the way they stated it for the last couple weeks. Miami wasn't even going to get in.
Yep.
So they got in. They won 2. So you got to win 4. Tonight's another one. And Beck's been playing very good. He has a very good record against top 25 teams. He's been in big games.
Yep.
So this isn't something like he's going to be on a new level and say, oh, my God, he's a sophomore. He's never played here. Played big games with Georgia, and in this arena, same thing.
National championship games.
Yeah,
Yep.
so he's ready. I just think that. Tony's going to need to have a big game. Last game, he didn't play too well, and they didn't get to him as much. He also got very lucky on a fumble that bounced up to him.
Right back to him.
Yeah, that's part of it. I mean, I've said in all aspects of sports, you need luck, and that's part of it. The ball bounces a certain way here or there, it matters. So, obviously I'm rooting for the Canes, and I want them to win. I am going to go to the championship game with duty calls, so I'm excited about that. When you look at the Chargers and the Pats, also with their passing, both quarterbacks, Herbert, May, both about Drake May's higher, 242, and Herbert's 226. That's a little different there. And pass completions, you got Herbert, 20.5, and you got Drake May, 20.5. So you got both of them. When you go to Pittsburgh and Houston, and you look at player props there, maybe Rodgers runs one in. He never runs, but he has been running lately a couple times for first downs, which is crazy. Aaron Rodgers, 16-1 to score a touchdown. So you put $100 on that. That's not bad. That's for blanks and giggles, obviously, because I doubt Rodgers is going to get in there. Because Anderson is a beast for Houston. They got a young defense that's very good. They're going to put a lot of pressure on him. But, again, Pittsburgh's home, and it's at nighttime. Same thing when it's college games. I think that adds a little bit, too. You're listening to the Greek Zone. I want to thank everybody at Fox Sports 940, 1230 Gambler, Real Radio 921-1017, always sponsored by Duty Calls. And if you didn't hear, the Dolphins fired their head coach, Mike McDaniel.
You were just talking about the Steelers. Do you think, since this is such a big game for Aaron Rodgers, you should take his 0.5 rushing yards over?
I would take it.
Right? Just because that's just one step almost for him.
Yeah, I would take it. That's one run. Yeah, I would take it. He's worth the touchdown at $1,600. I mean, you put $50 in it, you get $800. I've always been amazed, and they don't do it. Rodgers is a little slow, but when they're at the goal line and it's, second and goal or, 2 yards, why they don't fake more and, and let the quarterback roll.
Just run out.
Yeah,
Yep.
and it doesn't ever seem to not work. Maybe Rodgers because he's slow. He'd be the only one. But, make the back dive over everybody, and it just rolls out. And I'm always yelling to it, and they don't do it. But I would take Rodgers. Yeah, 1.5 yards. Yeah.
No, it's a 0.5. It's not even. It's just you need 1 yard to get it to win.
I would do it. No doubt about it. He could do it accidentally.
Exactly. Yeah.
The only thing with the quarterback over-unders, and Rodgers is a greater point, is because if they're winning at the end of the game, they kneel.
Mm-hmm.
So if they kneel, that's considered negative yardage, and that goes against the total. I've had it happen where I've lost a bet, and it sucks. So you're just like, my buddy had it a couple years ago with the Chiefs with Mahomes. Huge money, about 34 yards or whatever it was, but Mahomes kneeled 3 times. And at the end of the game,
It was like 28.
Yeah, 29 it was, and he lost. And he was celebrating the whole game, and I think Mahomes got in the third quarter, and I kept saying to him, like, but where it was, the Chiefs were losing. It was one of the Super Bowl, I think it was one against the Eagles, and they came back and won the fourth quarter. And I said, if they're winning, he's going to kneel. And that's the whole thing. And, you think you got a W and you're excited, and then you lose that way. And that sucks. So that's one of the things, like with Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
If he's winning at the end of the game, and they could be, he can kneel a couple times.
Yep.
Because if he does get runs I don't think he's running for like 12, 9
No.
yards. He's maybe 1-2 yards. That's it. And so if he kneels, you're screwed.
You're going to hope that the Hard Rock cashes out the bet quick.
No, they don't do that.
I know.
They don't do it to the end. So if you think you're going to get a win, you're not. There's no way to beat the system. There's just not. If you think there is, it's not happening. You just got to do your homework and get lucky. And, a lot of times with prop bets, if that's what you want to do, make a decision. Maybe you bet props and you don't bet the game because it's very hard sometimes to win both. Pick the right side, the over-unders. Over-unders are tough, and, you never know what's going to happen. I'm more of an over guy like most people because I don't want to bet unders because anything can happen. You saw last week the Ravens and Steelers. It was 13-10 with 8 minutes left. And 7 minutes left, whatever it was, and it ends up 26-24. So I don't like that. That's not me. And most people aren't. Even when people bet prop bets, it's very rare that people bet the unders on the prop bets. They bet the over. Because, again, you know what? The good thing with the, an under-over is, you got the whole game. Bet an under on a wide receiver, say with 52 yards or whatever it is. He catches one slant, he's gone. The bet's off. It's done. The only thing with player props, and Hard Rock has this, is that you can take insurance if a guy gets hurt. And 2 times this year, for me personally, I have bet players that got hurt in the second quarter, and they were done, and I lost the bet.
Mm-hmm.
So it is something that is just like buying a half a point. Don't ever leave a half a point out there because these lines are so tight. Forget about the playoffs. They're right there. A half a point makes a difference.
I remember Tyreek Hill got injured this year. That was one for me. That ruined a bet.
That was a Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
And I was at that game. That was the game I was there with. That girl was so upset, and I didn't know why, and I thought her boyfriend broke up with her, but she had Tyreek Hill over. So she was mad. But no, those half points, half lines, anything, buy them always. I've always said this. You don't want your team celebrating, and you're not. So if you see something 7.5, 3.5, they're there for a reason. The book wants a decision on the game, obviously, but don't do it. You'll see a little bit higher juice. Juice means you got to pay a little bit more, but it's worth it if you get a win. Because you lose like that, it sucks. And you don't want to do that. So I always recommend when it's a half a point to buy it. Over-unders especially. Prop bets, I don't know if you can do it on certain ones. You got to check. But I would definitely look into it. But do take the insurance on players. I think that's a great thing to do. That's for the first half. Hard Rock has it if they get hurt, not the second half. If they come out in the second half, all bets are off and it's live. But it happened to me twice, so I would recommend it. It is the Greek Zone on Fox Sports 940, 1230 Gambler, Real Radio 921. Always sponsored by Duty Calls, 813-800-7667. Got a construction site? Need these guys on the grounds? Call them today. Duty Calls, 813-800-7667. We got the big game tonight. We got the Canes, 7:30, taking on Mississippi. And hopefully they come home with a W and beat them. Bradshaw is a very good quarterback, and he's going to be tough for them to handle. He really is. I think it's first quarterback they faced like him all year, so we'll see. Who knows? NIL news yesterday, the kid for Washington left for $4 million. Now he wants to go someplace else. So that's another problem. NIL will never change. It will. It's just so out of control. They have to corral it somehow.
Limit something, you can only make $2 million, and you can only transfer once a full year, or maybe twice in their whole college year. The time they go to college, because it's ridiculous now.
Legitimate, yeah. If they're, eligibility is 4 years, maybe once. If you want to put a cap on it, you could do that. If you put a cap on it, the good thing with that would be then it's an even playing field for a lot of teams.
Yep.
Because now there's not. If you come in, it's just like when you want to buy a house or a car and somebody comes in with a bigger offer, that's where you're going.
Who has the bigger boosters, too,
Yeah, of course. And these schools have huge boosters, and the huge schools that have people 40, 50 years that have been involved and big writing checks. They call up and they're like, hey, Billy, we can get a quarterback. Joe and John gave $300,000. We can count on you, right? And next thing you know, it adds up. I think that would be a good thing and keep it fair. I really would, that there's a cap. And maybe you could have a different cap for different positions. Linemen, quarterback, stuff like that. But I don't think you'll see that because I don't think they want to do that. And I still don't think they want it fair. Like most things in life, people with the most money usually get the biggest privilege and have an advantage. And that's what will happen. It is the Greek. We do have Drew Martin's going to join us in the Greek Zone on the second portion. We'll see what he has to say in wagertalk.com. He's been with them for a long time. We'll see if he has any opinion on the college games or the NFL. You got 5 days right now, 5 days of football, so enjoy it. Like I said, you're going to blink, football's going to be over. Today's what, January 8th? And before you know it, you got 3 more weeks in January, and that big game is on the 8th. So you will blink and you'll be like, man, it's over already? What am I going to do? And we'll start the drama again, the countdown for football, the draft. If you didn't hear, Mike McDaniel is gone. Dolphins made a decision today. I think that's most people's reaction. McDaniel was there 4 years. He led him to the playoffs twice, first-round exits. But I think most people will be happy. We'll see what happens. Maybe our prayers will get answered, and maybe the organization will be on the right path first time in a long time. We don't know. Stephen Ross did make that decision. He put out a statement. McDaniel followed up with a statement. It was his privilege to coach here. He'll probably get another job in the NFL as an offensive coordinator someplace. We'll see what happens. It is the Greek. Don't forget, you got the Canes tonight, 3.5 over Mississippi. It is the Greek Zone, Sports Handicapping Show. We'll be back with Drew Martin. Peace.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on Real Radio 92.1 for the Palm Beaches and 101.7 for the Treasure Coast.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
From the Gordon & Partners Traffic Center. Have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
Slow go 95 northbound in West Palm Beach. Accident blocking 2 left lanes. It's I-95 north at Southern Boulevard. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance is making it easy to save money. When you bundle your auto policy with home, condo, or renters, you'll earn a multi-policy discount. Easy to bundle, easy to save. Visit progressive.com. That's progressive.com.
Welcome to the most wonderful time of the year when millions of Americans open their credit card statements, scream in terror, and start looking for new ways to save money. If that's you, why not cut your wireless bill in half with a saver plan from Pure Talk? You'll get unlimited talk, text, and 3 gigs of high-speed data on a super-fast 5G network for just $20 a month. Ho, ho, ho. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team will help you switch in minutes. Again, talk, text, and data for just $20 a month.
Spring Training 2026 is approaching at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium as the Miami Marlins and St. Louis Cardinals take the field. Tickets and more are on sale now at RogerDeanChevroletStadium.com or the ticket office at 561-630-1828.
I'm fixing to tell you something that the insurance industry does not want you to ever hear. Bullies often delay and deny. I see them sitting on premiums paid and making money and dragging it out for as long as they can. Many times, we're forced to take them to court. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Their high-paid lobbyists are on a mission to make sure that at trial, jurors are not allowed to learn that the at-fault party has insurance and in some cases, lots of it. I can think of no case in all my years where there was no insurance for the at-fault party. So let's fight back. It's all these bullies understand. Tell everybody you know the truth. If you've been injured in a car crash or hurt at a store or business, visit forthepeople.com. We're here 24/7. It's that easy. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Offices West Palm Beach.
Run a business and not thinking about radio? Think again. Because more people are listening to the radio on iHeart today than they were 20 years ago. And only iHeart Broadcast Radio connects with more Americans than TV, digital, social, any other media. Even twice as many teens than TikTok. And that reach means everything. Just think about the universal marketing formula. The number of consumers who hear your message times the response rate equals the results. Now let's get those results growing for your business. Radio's here now more than ever, and iHeart's leading the way. Think radio can help your business? Think iHeart. Streaming, podcasting, and radio, where the reach is real. Let us show you at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com. Or call 844-844-iHeart. One more time, just call 844 844-IHEART and get radio working for you.
Hey, it's Franny, and one of my favorite things about Viome is how personalized everything is. I took their simple at-home gut test, and when my results came back, it wasn't just data, it was real guidance I could actually use. The Viome app breaks it all down for you and even gives you recipes tailored to your body and your food needs. So I'm not guessing what to eat or scrolling through recipes that don't work for me. It's simple, it's personalized, and it fits into real life. If you want to understand your body better, check out Viome, V as in Victor, IOME.com, and see what your body's been trying to tell you.
I wish I'd gotten treated for my erectile dysfunction sooner. Men, I hear this all the time from our patients. This is Jeff for the Atlantic Men's Clinic, and if ED is a problem in your life, resolve to get it treated today and stop having it affect you and the one you love. ED is simply a medical condition, and it's fully treatable. And at the Atlantic Men's Clinic, we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most guys, your ED will be a thing of the past. In fact, you could be having great sex within a day or two of your first appointment, and you'll likely find you're performing like you haven't in a long time. It's the new year. Resolve to get your ED treated and change your life. Call us at the Atlantic Men's Clinic. Your initial visit includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. Call 877-455-7300. That's 877-455-7300, or go to AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. That's AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. We have 7 offices across South Florida to serve you, including our new office in Hollywood, Florida.
Imagine never paying for AC repairs ever. Lindstrom Air Conditioning's exclusive lifetime parts and labor warranty means 0 out-of-pocket repair costs. No fees for life. Lindstrom will repair or replace system components for as long as you own your own equipment. Call Lindstrom today or visit LindstromAir.com.
I love those guys.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In office, West Palm Beach.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
It all comes down to this, folks. Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. A mix of sun and clouds and also a few showers for the remainder of your Thursday. We will continue to see temperatures climb until they hit the middle and upper 70s. That's where they start their plateau. Some areas could creep into the lower 80s, but with the cloud cover, it'll be hard.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
You can depend on Florida farmers. Our farm is where we live and work. It's where we raise our families and provide for yours. When you shop for Florida-grown fruits and vegetables, look for local. Choose Fresh from Florida, the homegrown brand of Florida farmers.
Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. The football postseason lives on iHeartRadio. Official NFL Podcast Network.
Welcome to NFL Daily.
Fox Sports Radio.
Seattle is the odds-on favorite to win the Super Bowl.
Or local stations that bring you the games live.
Touchdown, Denver!
iHeartRadio brings you all of it. Just open the iHeartRadio app and search football to dive in. This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. No fluff, just picks. This is the Greek Zone.
It is the Greek. This is the Greek Zone. Get ready for the big game tonight with the Canes. Canes got to win tonight, and will they cover? Well, we got to go with the Canes, and we'll lay the points. First half, -2, game 3.5. Over under, I think there'll be some points, but I'd rather go with the Canes. And the Greek Zone is a sports handicapping show. We do have Drew Martin calling us today. He'll be calling us from wagertalk.com. We'll see what Drew has to say. Also, we got the weekend of the playoffs, which kicks off. And, man, I got to tell you, there's football for the next 5 days. That's what's awesome. Monday night, Sunday night. You got Saturday, you got tonight, and you got Thursday. So it's time to rock and roll and enjoy it. And make sure you take it all in, because before you know it, you'll blink and the NFL season will be over. You got Carolina and the Rams, and Carolina did beat the Rams, but they are home getting 10.5. There are some people that are going to be in Carolina. You got the Bears and taking on the Packers. This line doesn't seem right to me. It just doesn't. I think the Bears should be favored by more. Parsons is out. A little lean toward the Packers here. Buffalo and Jags, heads off to the Jags. Great season, won their division, and, man, they put themselves in. The coach has done a great job. Him, probably the Bears and Patriots, 3 teams that have really turned it around and had successful years, and 3 guys that'll be mentioned for Coach of the Year. Niners going to Philly, tough place to play. Line is 5. It's going to be freezing, and the Niners defense has just got too many injuries. I think Philly steps up on Sunday and gets the W, and I think they cover. You got the Patriots taking on the Chargers, 3.5 Chargers. Chargers are traveling. There's no doubt about it. Herbert's got the experience in the big game. May does not. But New England's played a very soft schedule, and will that make a difference? Some people think so. Some people don't. But we'll see what happens with that. Houston and Pittsburgh Monday night. Pittsburgh home, and they are taking on Houston. Rodgers and them, can they do it again? I don't know. It's going to be a tough one. Philadelphia and San Fran, the head referee in that game, Philadelphia is, I think, 8-1 with him. We do have Drew Martin joining us on a big Thursday from wagertalk.com. Drew, Happy New Year, and all you need to do is give us 5 winners tonight, and we'll be happy.
Hey, 5 winners. I'll do my best here, Greek. I'll take a 4-1, heck, even a 3-2 in this business. But Happy New Year to you as well, Greek. And I'll tell you, college football playoffs, NFL playoffs, great time to be a sports bettor, my man.
This is it. 5 days. I said to everybody, enjoy it, because you're going to blink, and then we're going to start counting days to the draft, and then to football opening up again, because it's going to be gone in 3 weeks. It seems like only yesterday I was watching Ohio State and Texas. Time flies. Let's kick off with college, Drew, in both of these games. Do you have any opinion that you like for the audience, or any thoughts on these games? And what do you think? Do you think Mississippi finally runs out of gas without the coaches?
I don't know if they're going to run out of gas, but absolutely I have an opinion on both of these college football playoff games. I mean, starting tonight, first of all, I love it how they separated them. You know, one game tonight, one game tomorrow. I like that college football is doing that. And kicking it off, Ole Miss and Miami. Man, what a matchup. You know, I know we have a lot of Miami fans probably listening in South Florida down here. And what a great season overall. You know, a lot of people talking about, the best defensive line in the country, which I agree with.
Yeah.
I'll throw out there, how about the best offensive line as well? This offensive line is doing a great job. I know, Tony, a lot of people talk about Carson Beck, but just the line play in general for the Canes is elite. And it's one of those things where I like Miami. I bet Miami -3. If you shop around, you can find it 3 flat here. And I just think because they dominate, the line of scrimmage. I will say this. I did not go too big, just a small bet on the Canes. And the main reason being Ole Miss and their quarterback, Trinidad Chambliss, what a heck of an athlete. And what he was able to do to get them to this point in the season, sometimes a hot hand at the quarterback position, it can get you all the way to the national champion, to be the national champion. And if he's able to play like that and against this Miami defensive line, that is a matchup that can absolutely change things. And Miami, when they dominated Ohio State's quarterback doesn't have that. You know what I mean?
Nope.
And against Texas A&M, the weather was such a factor there. This is going to be a controlled climate. They're in the desert, in Tempe, in Glendale, Arizona. I feel like that's the thing that's keeping me off of going too big on Miami. If Trinidad Chambliss is able to play like he did, this is going to be a heck of a ball game.
Yeah, the A&M quarterback had the ability to run and scramble, but they controlled him, and it was on grass. This surface is better for Mississippi, And it's also better when Oregon plays because they're indoors, too, when they're playing at the Georgia Dome, Mercedes-Benz in Atlanta, that game. That's the one thing. The one factor is Chambliss. And, he's a guy, like you said. We've seen him for years. He keeps plays alive that should be dead. He gives receivers an extra second to maybe wiggle open. And they also got a very good runner in Lacey. If Miami's defense steps up, then I think Miami can win pretty big, handily, at least by double digits. But if they don't, I mean, again, you got to, like you said, this team was down 21-12 to Georgia last week, and people were like, lights out, and then they came back.
Yeah, that's a good point, and they were the stronger team, particularly in the second half of that game. I don't think it was a fluke by any means, even though it was the Georgia Bulldogs, probably the most prominent program in college football over the last decade. Mm-hmm. One thing I'll throw out there, and it's kind of a little bit of a negative towards Ole Miss, something we got to pay attention to is the SEC is just 1-7 versus other Power 4 conference teams this postseason.
Man,
now, I know
good.
Bowl games in playoffs aren't the same thing, but it's something to keep in mind. I do think, this coming from an SEC graduate, I think the SEC conference is down a little bit this year, and it's something Miami could take advantage of, Greek.
Yeah, I also think, when you look at both sides of the ball, I think Miami's got their playmakers. Beck also has got experience in these big games. That's huge. He's been there, the championship. Also, Miami's defense is very good. Mississippi's defense is okay. They're not at the level of the Canes. So I do think certain advantages they have with Miami. And I also think, like most games, you get in the red zone, you got to score 7. That's the one thing. I don't think this is going to be a low-scoring game. I don't think Miami's going to win like they did against A&M, 13-10. I think this game goes into the 20s.
Yeah, in terms of the total, it's a tough one. I'm not a huge fan of betting Miami overs just because of that defense. But at the same time, it's kind of correlated with the side. If Trinidad Chambliss is making plays out there offensively, that's going to also change what Miami's doing offensively because they're going to have to realize they have to score as well. So it's very correlated in that sense. A great game overall. Again, I lean with Miami. I like Miami, small bet on the Canes, but I could see anything happening tonight, man. This is one I'm really excited to watch.
Yeah, Mississippi usually this year starts out quick. So we'll see about that, too, when they first come out there. Because when you're first playing a new opponent, you hear guys talk about it in the NFL, if you never played somebody, or in college, the speed. Wow, the speed was really different. And that's one thing they're going to have to deal with tonight is Lacey, Chambliss, the receivers. So hopefully the Canes can win and cover. Friday night, it seems like 75% of the people are on Oregon. I think the one thing with Oregon that it is indoors. They're a better team indoors. They're quicker when they're on grass like Hard Rock. Last year they played Northwestern a couple of games. They're not the same offense. But Indiana looks like they don't make mistakes. And they take advantage of mistakes, and they run the ball. I mean, the Rose Bowl, they ran 50 times and passed 15 and blew out Alabama.
Yeah, it is tough to go against Indiana. And I know, having to lay a number here, -3.5. I don't love that hook on the 3, but I'll tell you, Greek, it's the Hoosiers or pass for me, man. Just Fernando Mendoza winning the Heisman Trophy. You're talking about their running game here. I know Dan Lanning's a great coach for Oregon, but what Cignetti's been able to do, I think he's one of the best coaches in college football. The defense as well. The Hoosiers are a team I'm looking to bet on. And we also got to remember, this is a rematch.
Yeah.
2 Big Ten teams, Oregon now in the Big Ten Conference, in case you're just kind of entering college football landscape, wanting to bet these games. And they played earlier in
beat them by 10.
And Indiana went into Autzen Stadium in Oregon, won by 10. And also, sometimes you just can't go off of what the final score was. Indiana dominated that game.
Yep.
I haven't heard a lot of people talking about that. I've heard a lot of people talking about, the rematch, like you said, being on a fast track here, favoring Oregon. But the fact is, in the first game, they sacked Oregon's quarterback Moore 6 times.
Yeah, they had him.
And Oregon,
Yep.
Yeah, and Oregon Greek had they had a pick 6. So they didn't even score all of those 20 points on offense. What I'm getting at here is that was a domination, man. And I know it's hard to beat a team twice in one season, but when you beat them like that the first time, I kind of think that's something that can repeat itself the second time.
Talking to Drew Martin from WagerTalk.com. We'll flip the page now. We'll go to the playoffs for the NFL. Got it Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Saturday's games kick off with the Rams taking on Carolina, the highest line at 11. They beat them a couple weeks ago, but I think the Rams have enough, and I think they're one of the teams I think coming out of the NFC. What are your thoughts?
It's an interesting one. I do agree with you. I think the Rams are the better team, but it ultimately comes down to the ultimate equalizer. You talked about it, 10.5, 11 out there, at Hard Rock. And this is a rematch as well.
Yep.
Carolina actually beat the Rams as a 10-point home underdog, a few weeks ago.
A month,
actually over a month ago. They picked Stafford off twice, once in the end zone, once for a pick six. So they did have the ball kind of bounce in their favor. San Francisco also has one less day of preparation, and they're traveling across country. That kind of points towards Carolina. However, we got to bring up the fact the Panthers, minus 69 point differential for the season. That is by far the worst in the playoffs, the lowest of any NFL playoff team in 14 years. They were outscored by their opponents, and yet they still have a home playoff game. But again, Greek, I go back to that ultimate equalizer. Can you trust them to win by more than double digits in the Rams? I don't know. I think this is a tough spot. I think it's a sloppy game. I think it's lower scoring than the odds makers are projecting. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Panthers cash this ticket, maybe losing by a touchdown.
All right, there's one game that the line really doesn't make sense to me, and that's the Packers and the Bears. Packers laying 1.5 now as of 1. Bears are 11-6. They win the division. Green Bay's 9-7. They limp in. No Parsons. Why are they favorite? It makes no sense to me.
I guess, Jordan Love maybe getting knocked out of the last game, and, he's cleared to go this time around. It's also a very tricky handicap because this is the third time these two teams are playing, obviously being in the same division.
They split.
But what's even more rare about it is this is the third time these two teams are playing in a month, meaning both of those games in the regular season were at the end. Green Bay has a bunch of offensive line injuries. Their
defensive,
likely out.
So, to me, the Bears should be favorite, at least by 2. It seems a little crazy to me, and we'll find out on the next day, Saturday night, but I don't know. All right, you got Buffalo taking on the Jags. Jags favorite by 1.5. Jags had a great season. Everybody says this is Josh Allen's season because Lamar's out, Patrick's out. Obviously, Joe Burrow's not there. Are the Jags for real, in your opinion?
They're 8-0 straight up and against the spread heading into this one. I absolutely think they're for real. And since that trade, there before the trade deadline, before Week 10, they got wide receiver Myers, and they're one of the best passing offenses in the NFL. And as a sports bettor, we're always looking for change. We get that change with Jacksonville. I know the Bills are making their 7th straight playoff appearance, but I'll tell you this. Look at the line. It's under a field goal here. Jacksonville being at home. They're in Duval, and I love looking at the special teams at this type of point spread range where the odds makers are telling us it's going to be close, and sure enough, special teams advantage to Jacksonville. Their kicker, Cam Little, he just made a 67.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one. Yep, you're right.
Yeah, Buffalo down to their third-string kicker. If it's a tight one, I actually like Jacksonville here, Creed.
We got 2 more before we let Drew Martin go. We got the Niners with all banged up. The Eagles home, laying points like they should. A referee who they're 8-1 with, and I think the Niners it catches up to them against Philly. I think Philly wins this game.
Oh, the referee stat. I like that, Greek. That's one to keep in your back pocket. Yeah,
homework, baby, homework.
Oh, yeah, man. You named it. They're dealing with injuries. And actually, Purdy, he got knocked out in that last series against Seattle, which they got kind of manhandled there. They got a bunch of defensive injuries. I'll tell you this, it's Eagles for me. I know, 4.5, it is what it is. I think they win by a touchdown or more. The Eagles, under their head coach Sirianni, have not lost a home playoff game yet. Average margin of victory, 3 touchdowns.
Nice.
I think they win in blowout fashion.
All right, the last 2 games before we wrap it up. You got the Chargers playing against the Pats. Pats' easiest schedule. Your thoughts, given 3.5.
Yeah, that schedule part of it makes it kind of tricky for me. Easiest schedule in May was stacked 47 times this year. That is top 4 in the NFL. I think the Chargers are able to get pressure on them. But one thing in these last 2 games, we're getting a dome team playing outside with some weather issues. That's the Chargers traveling across country, 30 degrees, possible rain and snow, 10-mile-an-hour winds. This is New England's first home playoff game in 6 years, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Chargers give him a game here, because Drake May did have a great season, but he was pressured a bunch. I actually like the under in this game, Greek. I haven't heard a lot of people talk about it, but I think defense is going to be at the forefront with that bad weather. I'd go under 46.5.
All right, the last one, Mr. Rogers. Does it continue? Houston, best defense in the world, but Steelers are home, getting 3. I don't know. I think they might be able to pull it out because the Steelers' defense is tough too.
Yeah, they absolutely are, and they get DK Metcalf likely back after his 2-game suspension, and that is a huge difference with the production with Metcalf in the lineup and not with Rodgers. And the Steelers thrive in the underdog role.
Yeah.
Historically, under Tomlin, they've won 3 straight games this year outright in the dog role. I wouldn't be surprised if they're able to pull it off again here. However, we got to throw out, like you talked about, Houston, 9-game winning streak. That's tough to go against. But give me Tomlin, give me the Steelers, Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf back, and let's put the points in our pocket with the Steelers.
Drew, great job as always. Let everybody know how they can follow you on the Greek Zone and get this information, because you need it when you're betting sports.
Yeah, we're running it down right here on the Greek Zone Thursdays, 2:30 Eastern hour. And best way to get at me, at Drew Martin Bets. That's my name, Drew Martin, with the word bets at the end, BETS, at Drew Martin Bets on Twitter and Instagram.
Thank you, Drew. Have a good weekend. Cash those tickets, baby.
All right, Cash and Greek. Have a good weekend, buddy.
Peace. Always sponsored by Duty Calls, 813-800-7667. Call them for all your waste and sanitation needs. Maybe you have a construction site. These guys will help you out. They take care of everything at the Miami Dolphins Stadium. Want to thank Fox Sports 940, 1230 The Gambler, Real Radio 921-1017. Canes tonight, I like them in the first half. I also like them in the game, -2. Let's go, Miami. Let's let up South Beach tonight. We'll be back tomorrow, guys, with some more winners. Have a great night, everybody. Peace.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Logo 95 northbound in West Palm Beach. Accident blocking 2 left lanes. It's I-95 north at Southern Boulevard. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Member Week is here for pros at Lowe's. Get up to 40% off hundreds of items, plus earn 5 times points on an eligible purchase. Now through January 14th. Point boosters subject to exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance.